All right, let's talk about Hot Streak. We are going to dive into the absolute delightful chaos of this game. I mean, if you've ever thought, you know what I want to do? I want to bet on some ridiculous mascots in a race where literally anything can happen, then yeah, you're in the right place. Let's get this thing started. And look, the game itself tells you exactly what you're getting into. Betting, racing, and screaming. I mean, that's not a suggestion, that's the core experience. It is loud, it is frantic, and trust me, it's a ton of fun. So let's just get this out of the way. In this game, you are a degenerate gambler. It totally leans into the theme, and honestly, it's hilarious. So come on, let's figure out how to play this wonderfully ridiculous game. All right, so first things first, welcome Degenerate Gambler. Let's talk about the goal of the game. And you know what? The goal in Hot Streak is so simple. After three absolutely wild races, whoever has the most money wins. That's it. It all comes down to making the smartest or maybe just the luckiest bets. So you're probably asking, how do I get that money? Well, you're going to be betting on these hilarious off-brand mascots. But here's the kicker. You're not just watching from the sidelines. Oh no, you get to secretly influence the race with cards you're holding. You'll make some weird side bets, and at the very end, all that money you've won or lost determines your ridiculous life outcome. It's amazing. Okay, let's talk setup. And this is one of the best parts about Hot Streak. Honestly, it's so fast to get going. You're not spending ages putting things together. You just unroll that track and get right into the action. It's basically just 6 simple steps. First up, you gotta assign some roles. You need a bookie, a dealer, and a handler. Then the handler rolls out that racetrack and plops down the 4 mascots. The bookie gets all the betting tickets and side bets sorted and gives every single player $10 to start. And finally, the dealer builds the racing deck, and that changes a little based on how many people are playing, and then deals out 3 secret cards to everyone. And just like that, you're ready to race. Okay, setup's done. Now for the main event. How does a race actually work? It's really just 3 phases. 3 phases of pure mayhem. And honestly, once you get this part down, you pretty much know how to play the whole game. And here are those 3 phases. Super simple. Number 1, betting. This is where you put your money down on who you think is going to win. Number 2, racing. This is where all that chaos and screaming we talked about happens. And number 3, my favorite part, payouts. This is when the bookie either makes it rain cash or, doesn't. So when you're in that betting phase, you've got this really crucial decision to make with your betting ticket. You can play it safe, right, for a smaller but pretty reliable payout, or you can flip that ticket over to the risky side. The reward is way bigger, but, and this is a big but, you could actually lose money. It's the ultimate high-risk, high-reward choice. So how do these little mascots actually move around the track? It all comes down to the racing cards. You've got your basic number cards. A 3 means you move 3 spaces. Simple. But then you've got star cards. Oh yeah, a star card lets a mascot jump all the way to the next star space in its lane. And sometimes that can be a huge leap, maybe even right over the finish line. But yeah, things don't always go well for these mascots. This is where the real fun begins. You've got a fall down card, which does exactly what it says. It knocks a mascot over. And once they're down, they can only move 1 space at a time for the rest of the race, no matter what the next card says. It's brutal. And then there's turnaround, which is maybe even funnier. It literally just makes the mascot face the wrong way back towards the start. Things get really interesting with the swerve card. This lets you move a mascot into another lane. Now, if it moves into a space where another mascot is just chilling, that's a collision. And here's the best, most unfair part. It's the mascot that was just standing there minding its own business that falls down. It is absolutely brutal and hilarious. And sometimes things get so bad for a mascot that they're just out. They get disqualified or DQ'd. This can happen in a few ways. They could swerve right off the track, go out of bounds. They could get caught under the mat when it gets rolled up between races. Or my absolute favorite, the knockout. This is when a mascot is already on the ground and another fall down effect hits them. You can't fall down when you're already down. And when that happens, you gotta yell it out for the whole table to hear. DQ! They are immediately pulled from the race. They get put on the lowest available spot on the winner's podium. And yeah, all those bets people made on them are suddenly looking not so good. So that's how a single race works. But the game isn't just one race and done. Oh no. Let's zoom out and look at how the full game plays out over all 3 races, from the start to that grand finale. And the stuff that happens between races is super quick. You just reset the mascots, the dealer gives everybody one new secret card to keep things fresh, and the bookie reveals a new side bet for the next round. It's that easy. Now, the third and final race, this is where things get really spicy. There's a big twist. For this last race, you have to choose one of your bets to be a ×2 bet. If it wins, you get double the payout. But, and you know where this is going, if you chose a risky bet and it loses you money, you lose double the money. It makes that final race so incredibly tense. So, the third race is over. The dust has settled. All the money is paid out. Now we get to what is, for my money, the best part of the entire game: finding out your life outcome. You literally look at how much money you have and find out what your weird future holds. And these outcomes are, let's just say, they're very specific. For example, if you finish the game with $0, well, your fate is sealed. You have not won enough money. You become feral. That's it. End of story. Maybe try again next time? Some of them get a little bit meta, which I love. If you end with exactly $40, you use your winnings to buy a copy of the game Hot Streak. You know, the one you're playing. It's such a wholesome end to an evening of degenerate gambling. And then you've got outcomes that are just facts. Like, if you finish with $50, which is objectively the coolest amount of money, you just become wildly popular. You get tons of girlfriends or boyfriends. Who knew that's all it took? It's just the perfect, hilarious way to end the game. So yeah, after all that betting and chaos and cheering is done, you just add up your cash and look up your fate. Every single possible dollar amount has its own unique and probably completely ridiculous life outcome waiting for you. And that's it. That's how you play Hot Streak. It's all about these wild swings, these hilarious moments where everything goes wrong, and hoping your bets pay off. It all leads to that final moment where you find out what your life is going to be like. So, the race is about to start. What's your life outcome going to be?